What's up, YouTube? Jason with Stone Mountain Barbecue finally coming at you with another video. And today, guys, we're going to smoke up a tri-tip on the Old Country Pecos just like we would a brisket. We're going to call this the poor man's brisket. I got the idea a few months back when I first failed on my brisket and cooked that tri-tip reverse seared. Put that link to that video in the iCard. That was a delicious piece of meat. And I started thinking, I wonder if I could cook a tri-tip the same way that you would try to cook a brisket and just kind of use it as a practice run. Scouring the YouTubes here recently, I found that Ori over at Go Outside and Cook had done just that. He kind of went ahead and did all the testing for me, and it looked like it came out delicious. It looked like it came out just like a brisket, and so I was excited to see it. I had this one sitting in the freezer, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. Hollered at him, told him that I was going to try to do it. He told me not to, do a shout out or whatever, but hey man, credit deserves to be given where credit's due, so that's what we're doing today. We're not going to trim this thing up very much. We're just going to leave all this fat cap on as much as we can. The silver skin, there is none on the back side, so I'm not even worried about that. There is a little flap right here, we're going to take that off, but other than that, we're just going to leave this thing the way it is. We want to save all that fat that we can so it'll render through that meat and try to stay as moist and juicy and tender as it can. We're going to go a few hours on the Old Country. We're going to keep that temperature low and slow around 225. I really don't want to go above that 250 to 260 mark because then we're just cooking too hot and too fast for this type of meat. There's no fat in it, so it'll probably dry out if I do that. So that's going to be the challenge for me. Y'all know my first brisket, I had an issue. I felt like I went too hot, and to me it was a little bit dry. It still got ate. It was still delicious, still had a really good flavor, but it did require a little bit of sauce. So that's where we're at, guys. Today, we're seasoning this thing up. I've just made a quick, simple rub. I've got some pepper, some kosher salt, some garlic, some onion powder, a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of paprika. That's pretty much it in here. It's not your traditional brisket rub, but cooking this one to eat. We're not cooking this one to compete. So that's what we're doing. So let's get this thing seasoned up. There's a few little stragglers on there. We're going to go ahead and cut them off. Now, guys, in the first tri-tip video, which I'll put in the iCard, you may have noticed that the tri-tips that I get around here, they don't look like your traditional West Coast tri-tips, and that's no big deal. It's still the same cut of meat. It's just different butchers cut it different ways. So we've got two grain patterns going two different ways. We got a big fat cap on the top here, and it's still delicious. So don't worry about that. It is tri-tip. It still comes from the same place on the cow. They just cut it a little bit different, and it's all based off of what the cow eats itself anyway. So that's where we're at. Let me move the camera so y'all can watch me sprinkle some seasoning. Alright guys, so as you can see, like I said, this one looks little bit different than what you're probably used to seeing here. But we've got a little bit of hard fat right here. I'm going to take a little bit of that off. I know I didn't want to, but after further inspection, it's a little bit hard. I don't know if it'll completely render. I don't know, it's not that thick, but anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing rubbed up. Most people wouldn't even bother rubbing this with the fat cap, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now, it is snowing outside today, guys, here in Southwest Virginia, and I'm really excited. The pit is covered in snow right now, so once we get this thing seasoned up, we'll go out there and get that smoke rolling, get that snow melted off, and we'll be good to go. Let's make sure we get our ends here. Be sure to drop a comment, guys, if you've ever tried this before. Like I said, I've only seen a few videos, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit now. I'm making a mess. Good thing wifey's out of town. Don't tell her, okay? So like I said, we're going to go a few hours on this low and slow. After it comes up to around that 160, 170 mark, we're going to go ahead and wrap it in some foil, put some beef broth in there, wrap it up, try to bring it up to that 200, 205 mark, and just go from there, guys. See what happens. I may ruin this piece of meat. Some people would say I'm ruining it anyway, the way that I'm cooking it. And I'll be honest with you, it is hard for me to do it this way after doing that reverse sear, because I thought that was delicious. Oh yeah, it's a fairly big piece of meat. This is about 6 pounds almost. I believe 4.5, 5 pounds maybe. I don't remember what it was, but I'm excited about it. Hope y'all enjoy the video. Be sure to hit that like button if you do. Let's go. I'll get the pit ready and I'll bring y'all back when we're throwing it on there. Stay tuned, guys. All right, folks, there it is. There is the po man's brisket that we're going to be doing. Don't worry about that pork shoulder. Ain't none of your business. Just kidding. I'm cooking that for some of my employees. One of the reasons that I've been kind of MIA here is I switched locations for work recently, and figured I'd let the new folks taste some of the barbecue. But anyway, there's the tri-tip that we're going to smoke just like a brisket, and we'll get back with y'all in a few hours. Gonna probably go a couple hours and then see where we're at on temp, and wrap it up in some foil with some chicken broth. Alright, y'all stay tuned, guys. Hey guys, real quick, wanted to get with you here. I've just shot the video for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Be sure to go check that out. I'll put a link up here in the iCard above. We're going to go about 2 to 3 weeks on that video, let people comment and get their registration in to win this giveaway. It's super awesome. It's handmade, sort of, and it's cool. I'm really excited to do it. Yeah, so y'all be sure to go check that video out too. Alright guys, we are back in with this tri-tip. I keep wanting to call it a brisket because that's what it looks like to me. We've got an awesome bark sitting up on this. Been on the pit right at 3 hours, and held temps. The highest it probably got was right at 250, but for the most part I babied it, kept it around 225, 230, and like I said, it stuck there 3 hours. We're going to put some liquid inside of this. I thought I had beef broth. I just looked up in the cabinet real quick the other day and saw the cup or the container. It's actually chicken broth. That's probably going to make a lot of people mad, and I'm probably going to get comments like, that's blasphemy and blah 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 and all that, but that's alright. We're just going to take it and we're going to pour it around. Really just wanted to keep that moisture in here. Kind of let it steam, whoops, and just get it all around, all the sides. I don't know how much it means. It is super cold outside today too, folks. I think that's going to be good enough. I'm going to take a little bit of this rub that we made, and we're just going to go back on top of it a little bit, just to get that extra layer of flavor. Just from probing this, it's super juicy still, so that makes me pretty excited. And we're just going to wrap this foil super tight, as tight as we can. Like I said, we're hitting around 150, 155 internal, so I think that's going to be either right at or getting ready to start the stall. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, wrap this up and try to push on through that. I don't want to be cooking out in the dark anymore. So there we go. We're going to throw this back on the pit. I'll see you guys when we're cutting it up on this super fancy new cutting board I got. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. Check that out. That thing is cool, man. The man, the meat, the legend. Stone Mountain Barbecue, established November 2016. So that's pretty cool. That was a Christmas gift from my in-laws. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys, if you're watching. And so yeah, let's get this put back out on the pit. Y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, we just pulled this tri-tip off the pit. It has set for about an hour. Total cook time on it was about 6 hours on the pit. First 3 hours, and then we wrapped it up like y'all saw. So let's unwrap this beauty. I mean, it looks just like what you would see in a brisket. I'm pretty pleased with this. It's got a nice bark. It's not too hard. I'm trying to figure out which way the grain's going on these. I'm pretty sure it's going this way here, and then it comes in this way right here. So let's go ahead. Let's just cut this right in half. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that juice. And I done forgot what I said. Alright. So these are going this way, so we're going to just keep cutting this way. No, they're going this way. Can you see that? Whew, it's still hot, smoking hot. Pulls apart good. Just like brisket, guys. Got a nice smoky flavor. Literally the best smoke ring I've ever gotten on any piece of meat. Look at this. That rub is super good. It's got a nice spice to it. I put plenty of cayenne pepper in there. Really wanted to get that spicy flavor. And that pepper. Get a little bit of the garlic. Alright, this one's going this way, so let's cut a few pieces off this. This has got a little bit more fat on it on this end. Look at that. Just like brisket. A little bit of fat. We'll cut that off. I couldn't be more pleased, guys. This is a great cook. Really great cook. Highly recommend it, guys. If you're worried about spending that fortune on a brisket and you want to see if you can have the patience, control your pit, do all that, because this wasn't really an easy cook. Like I said, it took 6 hours, but I mean, I still had to baby the cook out there. It's snowing, it's really cold, but man, these results are spot on. I can't say enough good about it. Really glad that I tried it. I'm gonna get this cut up a little bit more, get ready for some pictures, make me a thumbnail. Hey guys, if you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you have never been here before, I hope you hit that subscribe button as well. I'm going to try to get back on track, putting out videos, putting out content. I love doing this stuff. It's just been busy lately and couldn't do it as much as I wanted to. This is a cook that I've been wanting to do for months, and I'm really glad that I did. Thanks to Appalachian Meats for the tri-tip. I mean, I bought it, but it's awesome. It's a good piece of meat. I highly recommend if you're in Southwest Virginia, look them up on Instagram at Gent Farms and check out what they have to offer. Great people to work with. I called them, asked them if they could get me these. I ordered 2, other video, put it in the iCard above, but this is the second of those. It's been in the freezer, thawed it out this week. Super pleased with it. great piece of meat, good quality meat. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button for me too. And let me know if you like it down in the comments below. Be sure to check out all my social media links. And yeah, guys, stay tuned. Stick with me. We'll see what we can do. Thanks. God bless.